Some guns are accurate at long range. Some guns are compact and easy to carry. Some guns make it easy to have a drink. From bottle openers and wire cutters to cleaning kits and magazine loaders, here's a few examples of firearms that have hidden features that make the soldier's life a little bit easier. The Galil bottle opener. If there was a multi-purpose firearm, it would have to be the Galil. After the Six-Day War in 1967, the Israeli Defense Force, or IDF, needed a replacement for the FAL, whose performance was underwhelming. After studying captured AKs, the end result was the Galil. As an aside, the Galil was based on the AK-47, invented by Mikhail Kalashnikov. By a bit of historical irony, Galil's inventor was Yisrael Balashnikov. Anyway, the Galil was chambered in 5.56mm, and it came in 3 variants: the standard automatic rifle machine gun, an automatic rifle, and a short automatic rifle, though other variants would follow in the later years. It was designed to be as ergonomic as possible, with the charging handle protruding from the upper receiver, so left or right-handed shooters can use it with equal efficiency, and also had a folding carry handle. One of the more noteworthy features, however, has nothing to do with the function of the firearm. IDF troops had a bad habit of using the front lip of magazines as bottle openers, which would damage the thin metal. To prevent equipment damage, the Galil came equipped with a built-in bottle opener. Located at the base of the foregrip, it's, well, a bottle opener. This isn't a part that can be improvised as a bottle opener, but a dedicated purpose-built feature that was added in purely for a soldier's benefit and to protect the equipment from damage due to improper use. That's not the only hidden feature of the Galil. On the ARM variant, the attached bipod can be rotated against an extension and used as a wire cutter to clear barbed wire. Though the Galil was the Swiss Army knife of firearms, it was eventually replaced by the M16 series of weapons, being eventually relegated to support roles until taken out of service. One thing all of these hidden features have in common is that they don't make the weapon dramatically more powerful. They simply solve everyday problems in clever ways. A bottle opener saves your magazines. A wire cutter means carrying one less tool. Small ideas that make life just a little easier. Speaking of clever little ideas, today's sponsor is Freecash. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Freecash? That sounds too good to be true, but it is actually a pretty straightforward idea. Companies spend enormous amounts of money trying to get people to notice their games, apps, and online stores through advertising. Instead of spending all that budget showing you another ad you'll probably just scroll past, some companies would rather pay people to actually try their product. That's where Freecash comes in. It matches you with games, apps, surveys, and even cashback offers from brands that are looking for real users. And just to be clear, this isn't a way to get rich or replace a full-time job. It's simply a way to earn a bit of extra money doing things you might already be doing anyway, like trying a new mobile game or testing an app. I tried it myself, and what I liked most was how simple everything is. You can see exactly what each offer pays before you start, track your progress, and once you've reached the minimum payout, you can cash out through options like PayPal, gift cards, or crypto. Freecash has over 70 million registered users, has paid out more than $300 million, and holds a 4.7-star Trustpilot rating, so there's plenty of social proof behind it. If you'd like to give it a try, scan the QR code on screen or head to the link in the description. You'll receive a $10 bonus after completing your first offer, giving you a great head start towards your first cash out. Now, speaking of clever engineering, the French had their own rather unusual idea: the MAS-36 bayonet. If it ain't broke, someone, somewhere, will figure out just how to change that. After World War I, France wanted to upgrade its service rifle. The older Lebel and Berthier rifles were good, but the nature of war was changing, and something more modern was needed. The result was the MAS-36. At first glance, it's a fairly typical bolt-action rifle. Its barrel may be a bit shorter than expected, and the overall design is a bit clunkier than other rifles of the era, but nothing really that makes it stand out as anything unusual. That is, at least until it's time to fix bayonets. On most other rifles, the bayonet is stored separately, usually on a soldier's belt or other location separate from the rifle. When it's time to attach the bayonet, the soldier will lock the blade to a special lug at the muzzle of the rifle. The MAS-36 has a different system. The cruciform spiked bayonet is stored in a special compartment under the barrel, making storage easier. When needed, it can be removed, reversed, and the base of the bayonet fits directly into the recess, a special catch snapping it into place. When no longer needed, simply squeeze the button on the base cap to remove it and reverse it. It will then slide back into the storage recess and once again lock in place. The concept was generally well received and may have inspired a similar system on the German FG-42. There is a bit of a problem though. Soldiers, being soldiers, would on occasion remove the bayonet from one rifle and fix the bayonet on another. They would then insert the fixed bayonet into the empty recess of the other rifle, snapping it in place. Both rifles are now joined together permanently. The button needed to release the catch and remove the bayonet is now no longer able to be accessed. So for all practical purposes, the guns may have well been fused together and are now useless. It's unknown how many times this happened, but it must have been often enough since the later versions of the MAS-36 bayonet had a small hole drilled into it, which would allow access to the spring that releases the catch with a small piece of metal, preventing a group of idiots from ruining perfectly good weapons. The M3 Grease Gun Mag Loader Tab. Submachine guns are a great way to get a lot of lead downrange as quickly as possible and in a compact package. The problem is that they tend to burn through a lot of ammunition, and if they're magazine fed, this means manually reloading each mag, which is a time-consuming, tedious task that's rough on the fingers. One weapon of the Second World War had a built-in solution to this problem. The M3 Grease Gun was a simplified and cheaper alternative to the Thompson submachine gun. Compact and easy to produce, it was made in huge numbers and saw service well into the 1960s and beyond. It was fired from 30-round magazines of 45 ACP. When empty, it would have to be reloaded, often by hand. Loaders could be used to help out, but these were easy to lose. To remedy this inconvenience, an updated version, the M3A1, was equipped with a loading tab. It may sound like a technical piece of equipment, but it really wasn't. Located on the retractable wire buttstock, the loader is a simple hooked piece of metal. It can be used to help push down the new rounds in the empty double-column single-feed magazine, which were a pain in the neck to refill. It may not be much, but something simple can make life just a bit easier. The AK-74 Buttstock Cleaning Kit. The AK class of firearms are well known for their reliability. Throw them in mud, bury them in sand, freeze them in ice and snow. Just clear the action and it should fire just fine. That said, keeping the rifle clean is a priority. Cleaning kits, however, are small and tend to get lost, especially in the field. The AK-74 has a built-in solution to that problem. Built into the buttstock of the rifle is a hidden compartment. Inside of this space is a metal tube which contains the basic components of a cleaning kit. The exact items of the cleaning kit can vary, but at a basic level consist of a jag, which is a pull-through tab that's a piece of metal that looks like the eye of a needle. A piece of cloth can be threaded through it and attached to a cleaning rod that's stored under the barrel. There's also a metal bore brush, which can also be attached to the cleaning rod, a scraper for, well, scraping things like carbon buildup on the inner workings, and a metal push pin for pushing or manipulating small pieces when stripping the AK for maintenance. The capsule is accessed through a trap door. Simply push on the door and a spring will make the capsule pop out, ready to use with all the small parts in one convenient and difficult to lose location. The AN-94 and G11 hyperbursts. One of the drawbacks of firing fully automatic is the recoil. Each round fired causes the weapon to be jarred off target. This can be mitigated with proper training, using shorter bursts and attachments like compensators to reduce muzzle climb. There is another solution. Make the gun fire even faster. The AN-94 was originally intended for use by the Russian military. The G11 was a cutting-edge rifle with revolutionary caseless ammunition designed for use by the West German military. What do they have in common? Both proved to be unsatisfactory for their respective nations. But other than that, not much else, except for one feature. Both can fire full auto, but also in bursts. The AN-94 2 rounds, the G11 3. With this hyperburst feature, they fire at a blistering 1,800 and 2,100 rounds per minute respectively. For comparison, the M16's rate of fire is around 800 rounds a minute. In practice, this meant that the last round of the burst was leaving the muzzle before the recoil reached the shooter. Every round would be on target and not thrown off by muzzle climb. Everyone on both sides of the Iron Curtain loved the idea of hyperbursts. Who wouldn't? But both rifles were too complex and had a host of other drawbacks that made their adoption unfeasible. There are constantly new firearms being developed, and though they're designed for a specific purpose, there's no doubt that engineers and fabricators will include even more ingenious design choices on the next generation of weapons. Before you go, one last thank you to today's sponsor, Freecash. If you'd like to try it yourself, go to the link in the description or scan this QR. Complete your first offer and you'll receive a $10 bonus to get you started towards your first cash out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which hidden firearm feature surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Simple History video.